west we have Nasik, and we have traveling from cities from Siliguri, Raipur, and of course from our own.
And when you talk about innovation for the mass, you need to start thinking not for.
Lastly, strengthening the entire Bharat startup ecosystem. I think it's
my own student. He's so busy now. He's not even looking my phone calls. Okay, so and he reached so high.
Together the powerhouse which has done all the work behind the scenes, for whom I get to stand here and take the. Good morning. Welcome, dignitaries on stage. Our National Chairman Tarang Kurana, National Vice Chairman Arun Rathod, Professor Murugayan Amuthalingam, Faculty Advisor Nirman and ESL School of Innovation and Entrepreneurship, Regional Chair Sri Kumar Vel, Chennai Chapter Chair Varan Mittal, Chennai Chapter Co-Chair Tobin, NMT members, National Rural Initiative Chair Nitin, and all members of YA Chennai and the students who are participating from different cities. Welcome you all to Chennai and to IIT Madras on behalf of Young Indians. This journey of BBIC started in 2024. The first edition happened at IIC, Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. The need for creating deep tech innovators is what propelled to do a national startup mission called Bharat Billion Impact Challenge. And we are here, proud to be here at India's premium institute on innovation, engineering, and technology, the Indian Institute of Technology, Madras. Young Indians is present over 72 cities, 71 cities at one international chapter. We are divided into 6 regions, and we are here at the southern region, looking at all the student innovators coming across from more than 9 cities, with over 15 teams traveling all across from Varanasi to Varanasi in the north, and we have from west we have Nasik, and we have traveling from cities from Siliguri, Raipur, and of course from our own southern Tamil Nadu, we have a lot of cities, chapters coming in, colleges coming in representation from these cities. Welcome you all, and it's a great pleasure to be here at a historic moment when we are looking at how India is progressing over the years. From a building Bharat to Bharat rising, we are looking at creating an ecosystem which is world class. We should all be proud that India is also the country which has the third highest number of unicorns in India, and one such ecosystem is IIT Madras. We have known powerful unicorns rising from the same institute, just like a student startup from you, Aether, Unipore, and many more. We also have deep tech innovations like Agnicool, E-Plane, Hyperloop. You name any technology, it is there in the country, and IIT Madras is one of the premium institutes in the country which hosts that, and it creates that kind of a student innovators. We also have we have Professor Amuthalingam representing IIT Madras. Thank you, sir, for being here. And it's an honor for us to be at the research park. And we will look forward for a great, meaningful day throughout the day. And we also have the day 2 we have the PBIC finals at Rajalakshmi Institute of Technology. We will be having a Yuva Entrepreneur Summit as well as the finals of the BBIC 2.0. So looking forward to hearing you more and have a great session and enjoy your day at IIT Madras. Thank you for this opportunity.
Acknowledge the presence of Professor Murugayan, Tarang, our national chairman, Pradeep, Sri Kumar Vel, Varan, Tobin, Nitin, all the VIA members, students from across the country, our UA students across the country. Welcome to all of you to this very auspicious day where we're having the finals of the BBIC at very prestigious place, which is the IIT Research Park, which is part of the Madras, IIT Madras. They wanted me to speak, and I was actually heading the National Innovation Vertical for 2 years before I got an opportunity to look at something very different. So I was part of the innovation vertical for 2 years. I was part of the entrepreneurship vertical also, and I did a little bit of branding and communication for VIA also in my last assignments with VIA. Saying that, I just wanted to leave few thoughts with all of you because you're just starting very fresh. This is when today you must be at the age of about 20, 19, 20. And this is when we started, some of us started our entrepreneurial journey. So when I was 22, I started my entrepreneurial journey. And it was very, very difficult because we did not have the right ecosystem. We did not have the support system 22 years ago. And I was just going through a video by Sadhguru, and there was a small child who asked Sadhguru, "Why do people lie?" The question was, "Why do people lie?" And Sadhguru, very candidly said that people lie because they have a bad ecosystem. But he continued. The questions could be very different, but what he wanted to message was that it's not important what you lie, it is important what you speak. So if your speaking is doing better good for the world, if your thinking is doing better good for the world, and if your action is doing better good for the world, yeah, that is where your thought process should be. It's not about what wrong things you're doing, it's about what good things you want to create for the world. And that's where innovation comes. Innovation is more about creation, right? And when we create, we don't have to look at whether we are creating cheap. So today the world talks about whenever we go and start buying things, we don't look at things whether it is a cheap product or a cheap quality or a cheap service, right? We look to produce something, or we look to produce something which is the best, right? Whether we look for the best quality or we look for the best product pricing, right? Or we look at the best services. Now, when we talk about best, what is best? Best is for you or best is for the customer? Best is for the customer, right? So it has to be affordable. When you innovate, it has to be affordable. It has to please the mass. It cannot be specific. It cannot be personal. Innovation is for the mass. True? And when you talk about innovation for the mass, you need to start thinking not for, you don't produce for yourself, you don't innovate for yourself, you don't innovate for the state or the city you represent, you don't innovate for the country you represent, you innovate for the world. And when you say innovate for the world, your quality has to be world class. So the best is the best of the quality, right? We cannot compromise there. So when you innovate, you need to understand you're innovating for USA. You're innovating for Germany. You're innovating for Japan. You're innovating for the Europe. You're innovating for the Africa. And there's such a big population in Africa which needs better life, that we as Indians have overcome that situation. In last few decades, we have overcome what we have done. But Africa is still struggling. So we need to look at everything. You need to have a global perspective. True? And when you look at innovation, it's not about only creation, it is also about protecting. You cannot be selfish when you innovate. You need to look at how you are protecting the environment, the resources, the interest of the other group. True? So this is just your starting journey. And from an innovator, you will become an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur is a different mindset. So saying that, welcome to all of you for this BBC final for the year 2026, 25. We will continue this journey. Today is a very auspicious day. We are signing up an MOU with IIT. Thank you, IIT, for helping us and coming with us, supporting us. Because today YI has become a movement of young Indians. We currently have more than 2 lakh Yuvas with us. And we are aspiring to have more than 1 crore Yuvas with us. And we want to be the voice of young Indians globally. So all of you have taken a lot of efforts traveling. It's not easy to come from Siliguri. It's not easy to come from Varanasi. It's a difficult thing. It's not easy to come from, Hyderabad or from Dindigal. It takes time. So you people are already winners today. You have already done great. So big thanks to all of you for coming in today.
Siliguri, do we have them around? Who's from Siliguri? Yeah, you guys are from Super. And where's Nashik? Oh, fabulous, fabulous. Hi everyone. Nashik, I had the privilege to meet some of you when I was there in March as well. I think you guys are doing some great work in Nashik. Where's Raipur? Yeah, wonderful, wonderful. So that's my hometown in Raipur. Sorry, I have a personal bias, but don't worry. That does not make him the automatic winner of this challenge. It's going to be an equal competition. Likewise for Bengaluru, Hosur, Hyderabad, all of you guys. It's a privilege to be here amongst all of you today. Professor Murugan, thank you so much for joining us on this lovely morning, and students from across India. This is the start of your BBIC finals. When we lit the lamp of knowledge, I actually went back to my school's motto. It says, knowledge our light, right? So when we are at the temple of knowledge, which is IIT Madras, right? So let this knowledge that you learn from your peers, from a Nashik to a Siliguri, from a Hyderabad to a Raipur, let this be a cross-cultural exchange, not only of ideas, but of thoughts, but of works and collaboration that actually helps deliver us in a space where we act local but think global in the manner that Arun just mentioned. Along with that, it's an absolute privilege here today because at Young Indians, while we work on fostering youth entrepreneurship, it's extremely vital that we have partners with us who can take this to the next scale. On that note, IIT Madras, through its Office of Innovation and Entrepreneurship and the Nirman program, this MOU takes a significant step forward. What is the idea behind this? Is to bring India's brightest youth, bring all of you to the center stage and give you the opportunity to actually exhibit, learn, and grow from strength to strength. For the students, what does this partnership bring? It brings everything that you need. You need innovation practices, you will get them here. You need startups and pre incubation support, you will get it via this partnership. Entrepreneurship development with a crash course on getting your hands dirty, this is what the partnership will deliver. Along with consultancy, advisory, education, training, and funding. This is a complete ecosystem of how we plan to lead Bharat's next generation of Yuva entrepreneurs. Under this MOU, there are 3-4 key areas that we'll be working on. First is to identify and support young Yuva entrepreneurs like yourself emerging from IIT Madras and our VIA institutions across the country. Secondly, the incubation services that we spoke about in terms of having workspace, in terms of having seed funding, resources, knowledge share programs, all of them will be available to you at your ready access. The BBIC finalists will directly enter the IIT Madras's Pratham program, where you will get a structured 6-month learning pathway with a pre-incubation period for all of you. Upon completion of that, you get drafted into the Akshar, which is the graduate program that is a lot more intensive, a lot more sincere, ensuring that your ideas start taking shape. We don't just end there. Along with that, it will be a continuous endeavor to bring in multiple people across this ecosystem to all of you and to take all of your ideas to the stakeholders, to the Y ecosystem of 8,000 young entrepreneurs and professionals to ensure scalability. With this partnership of India's brightest students and India's largest entrepreneurial network, we really want to build a national innovation pipeline, right? When we are working to resolve concerns or issues of Bharat, we have to innovate and we have to do it at scale. Also, we have to democratize access. Being in the IIT Madras is a privilege here for all of you. But let a location never be a limiting factor for anyone based out of any of our towns or cities or villages across the country. This program and this partnership will ensure that whoever wants to come in can leverage the benefits that the top institutions of India have to offer. Lastly, strengthening the entire Bharat startup ecosystem. I think it's conversations that you will have today with your peers that will lead to collaborations. And that is what our endeavor is. That ultimately all of you contribute towards the Viksit Bharat 2047 goal by developing your ideas because for us it's a future. For us it's a thought, but for all of you, the Viksit Bharat 2047 will be a reality. You will not only be the change makers at that point of time, you will be the people who are at the forefront of this entire revolution when India becomes a century old. That said, to the student entrepreneurs here today, you guys are amongst the best of the country. It is our commitment at Young Indians to support you, mentor you, guide you, and handhold you in every manner that is possible because ultimately it is our privilege to serve you. Thank you all once again for joining in this MOU, this day. It's not a culmination, it is just the start of something that is very, very exciting. Our best wishes to you for the BBIC challenge and for everything else that is to follow. Congratulations once again, and thank you so much.
So this school we just started informally from this year, where we are also going to give degrees on innovation and entrepreneurship. And we are starting an MS program on entrepreneurship from next academic year. So that's just to indicate the new initiative. But then if you go back in time, in 2012, thereabout, I was in Europe that time. So my senior colleagues, they were also thinking about what to do and how to nurture the young minds of budding, boiling brains of IIT Madras. And they were brainstorming and coming up with a system what is known as a C5, Center for Innovation, and where the students, they can come together and then have their fingers dirty to build something, and that's where all started. If you look at the flashback in the movies, we also get that flashback. The building currently you sit, it's valued about 50,000 crore as on we speak today. It all started from a small spark. We had to bring an ecosystem for innovation in the country. So that was the first ever the university-based and startup ecosystem ever conceived. If you look at in all over the world in 2012 and 2013, and we came long way. But then we did not want to stop how we achieved in IIT Madras for IIT Madras. We want to extend that to all over the country in the world, and we started a motto called Anivarukkum IITM, IITM for all. Okay, so it's not stop only with our students. So therefore, we are reaching out several entities, young Indians. I'm really happy to collaborate with them, and they have far-reaching than an IIT Madras. What we can reach out, and we are happy that this MOU worked out, and then we signed with you. Thanks all these office bearers for hard work and to bring IIT Madras with CA Young Indians Forum to take it forward. So just briefly introduce about how we do this. We start with a club activity. Like some of you came together, and we call that student clubs, and student clubs become the part of the C5, Center for Innovation. Um, Anything can be tried. The sky is the limit. Okay, so we provide the base, all the tooling and platform and place to sit, work, especially late nights. Keep the canteens open. Early morning 4 o'clock you can have a snack, right? So you can brainstorm and then trying to package something. What you are thinking about in your brain. So the C5 is the starting point, and from there, once we see that as a professors, this can be matured and can be taken further, we advise the club to become a part of what is known as a Nirman. So Nirman is a pre-incubating entity. Nothing is required, just an idea, and then you'll have to showcase that the idea can be materialized. So a club from C5 comes to Nirman with the seed grant, and we also give a training required to take its credit further from a pre-incubated entity to an incubated site. So the Mr. Tarang mentioned about several programs what Nirman organizes. So once a club enters Nirman, and we also give it business training, like Pratham is a 8 weeks training, and Nakshar it's a 6 months of fully fledged training about what to know to become an entrepreneur, right? So we know that some of the remote places where you all come from, you're not aware of what are the rules and regulations or how to market yourself, right? So we give extensive training as a part of the School of Innovation and Entrepreneurship. Anybody, if you feel like you can come in or write to us, and we can also get into in collaboration with Young Indians, right? So and then we give the enough background for you to succeed in life as an entrepreneur. So from Nirman, we move to School of as a part of School of Innovation and Entrepreneurship and IIT Madras Incubation Cell, and we have multiple incubator. Now you see, and if you go around this building, we have bio incubator, deep tech incubators, as well as an IIT Madras Incubation Cell for rural entities, RUTAC we call it, and also Pravartak for the edutech and science-based incubators. So multiple incubating entities are present in this building where you can get in, and we advise you as a professors and advisors where you can fit in, and then we also put you with various investment options and work for you to excel as a startup. So and then subsequently you can grow, and in fact one of the startups companies I advised my own student, he's so busy now he's not even lifting my phone calls. Okay, so and he reached so high, so we are happy, we are like grandfathers, sit behind and enjoy the success of our own students. Okay, but we always wish well. So that's what we also expect from you, and don't feel like you are left alone in the country to swim against the current. And these kind of partnerships, we provide the opportunities for you to feel that someone is there for you to take care, right? So that's the idea. IIT Madras is open to you through such MOUs and the agreements and partnership, and feel free, and you always reach out to us. As a professor, I need to give advice, right? So I'll just give, especially all these young entrepreneurs, I always give 3 important advices or the promises you should keep if you want to be successful as an entrepreneur. The first is discipline, right? So that is important, right? So, and the second is your word. Your word is worth more than what you are going to be. Okay, so if you promise something, you need to stick to that. Okay, that is what is going to make successful. It will create a perception. Okay, perception is important, right? So, and the third important advice I want to give all of you is there is no shortcut, right? So you can't enjoy or you can't achieve full success with shortcuts. Okay, there are no shortcuts for success. You may think that you're trying something which you should not be trying. You may get a temporary success, but it will not be fully helping you to grow, right? So these 3 important mantras, keep it so that you become successful. Again, you will not pick up my phone also when I call. Okay, yes, okay. Thank you. Yes, yeah. So all the best, and looking forward to the program. Thank you.
this has been in the works for a while, and I think over a year back when we started having a discussion on this, it's very nice to see this in fruition in such a large way. So I'd like to start off by thanking Professor Murugan and his team for their presence here today and for making this possible for us. Along with that, I would like to thank Professor Prabhu Rajgopalan as well. He was quite instrumental, and Nandini ma'am from the team and her team who are very instrumental in working this entire MOU together. So thank you so much. I would like to thank Mr. Tarang Khurana, the National Chairman for Young Indians, for his presence here today. We know you've traveled a long way for this, but I also know that it wouldn't happen without all of us being present here ourselves, right? I would also like to thank Mr. Arun Rathod, the National Vice Chairman for Young Indians. And for us, he's also a via Chennai member. He's always been around and instrumental in helping us move forward with all the things that we do here. I would like to thank Mr. Sri Kumaravelu. He's the regional chair for SRT in the Tamil Nadu region. Again, a very instrumental person in pushing us forward with all the activities that we've done this year. Thank you, Pradeep, the Joint Chair for Entrepreneurship at Young Indians. You've been instrumental and you've been the architect of putting all of this together. Of course, the BBIC is in its second year now, and we're looking forward to work on taking that forward as well. Just would like to acknowledge the presence of a couple of the other national and regional leaders from Young Indians who we have here. Nitin was here, and a few other people who are here. So thank you so much. The team behind putting all of this together, the powerhouse which has done all the work behind the scenes, for whom I get to stand here and take the credit for, the members of Via Chennai. Thank you. The participants, the young minds who traveled from across the country, who've been here since 4 a.m. to people who've arrived at 4 a.m. today as well. I hope the next 2 days are fruitful for you. So thank you so much for joining us. And last but not the least, the volunteers on the ground, the Yuva students. A lot of the participants, the ones you've been coordinating with, are actually peers of your same age group who are working to make you all feel comfortable over the next 2 days. So thank you so much, everybody. It's been an honor to meet you all today. Thank you.